interesting. I do like it as some, like, an alternate beverage when you get sick of, drinking the same old Diet Pepsi. This is nice, actually. I think it might have a little bit of an aftertaste. It's pretty interesting. Okay. I have a feeling my kids won't like it. Nobody in my family liked the Pepsi Zero cherry. They all hated it. Juicy fruit, by the way. I just realized I forgot to turn on the lights. Should I stop and do it? No. Sorry. It's like so many things to set up. You wouldn't realize like how many things it takes to get ready for a video. Alright. Next time for sure. So I have a list here. And it's actually the second half of a list that I went through in the last Unpopular Opinions video. So I'm going to try to remember to post the link right here for that one. But you don't need to have seen it. Alright, so first one. One of the biggest failings of modern education is managing to convince a whole generation that Wikipedia is an unreliable source. Okay, so what they're saying is that most people trust Wikipedia, and I have to admit I kind of do also. I mean, I know that anyone can go in there and write anything. I've never actually seen anything weird in there. And so for the most part, I trust it. I mean, would I trust it with my life? No. But I'm usually looking up things for just interest's sake. Something I want to know, so I trust it well enough. What do you guys think, though? Do you not trust Wikipedia? Have you found a lot of mistakes? And do teachers let you use that when you write like a research paper? I have no idea. Okay. If you don't want to donate your organs after you die. Oh, by the way, I told you this was the second half of the list, but I didn't tell you where the list was from. So, it's from Panda. And it was called People Are Sharing Their Popular Opinions on this online group, and here are their 50 most interesting posts from Unpopular Opinion subreddit. Okay. If you don't want to donate your organs after you die, you shouldn't be allowed to receive donated organs. Well, I mean, I definitely would say that in theory you shouldn't, If you have specifically said, no way I'm giving up my organs for whatever reason, then why should you expect other people's organs? But, so that's in theory. But in practice, of course, you're not going to want to deny a dying person an organ if it's available. So, I mean, I see both sides, but I would say give them the organ. Okay. already starting to think about Monday, and you're getting anxious, and you're having dread and all that. But on Friday night, the weekend is in front of you, and it's full of possibilities, and Monday is far away, so that's a great feeling. True gender equality will be marked by nonchalance towards, not celebration of gender. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, if the genders were truly being treated as equal, there'd be no need to even discuss that there were different genders, you know? You wouldn't have to be like, yay, I'm a woman, or yay, I'm a man, or yay, I'm non-binary, or anything, you know? You wouldn't have to celebrate anything, because it would all be equal. That's kind of philosophical. Math is awesome, and the only reason people don't like it is that schools are bad at teaching it. Well, the thing is, okay, math is not awesome, I'm sorry, okay? Not agreeing with that. But a lot of teachers are bad at teaching it, and that makes people dislike it more than they need to. Obviously, if you have a bad teacher and the kids don't understand math, they're gonna hate it. But I had really good math teachers all the way through school, and I never had any trouble. The only one that was challenging was trigonometry. But everything else was, maybe tough, maybe difficult, but I understood what to do ultimately and did well, and I'm not bragging. But I still didn't walk away saying, oh, I love math and it's awesome, But I do think that history is a better example of this because, or as we call it, social studies. When I was a kid, they taught it so bad. It was so boring and awful. Nobody liked it, okay? Because it's like they didn't tell us the stories behind the history. All they did was tell us about the names of everything. The names of different battles, and the names of the different, colonels, and the dates, and the places. Like, that was what you had to know. There wasn't that emphasis on, here's the story, whereas now, and I didn't learn hardly anything back then. I just was trying to memorize what I had to memorize. But now, I know a lot more about history through TV and movies, because in my adulthood, I have really become very fond of the historical fiction genre, and everything I know about history I learned in that way. Once someone agrees with you and acknowledges their mistake, that's your cue to shut up. Kind of, yeah, once, if you're arguing about something or debating and someone says, yeah, you're right, then, move on. Men's mental health is a joke to everyone, and it's really disheartening as a mom to two boys. Now, is that really the way it is? I don't know when this is from, If this was 10 years ago, there could be a lot of changes. It's probably not that old, but I think that at least as of now, right now, people don't act like men's mental health is a joke at all. We all know that both men and women have mental health issues, and both should be treated seriously. Let me know if you feel that it is still virtue, you know? Like, it's not important to be super wealthy, in my opinion. It's important to make enough so that you can live, you know, at least comfortably. That is important. You know, so if you can find something that you like that at least gives you that much security, then I'd say definitely do that, as opposed to something that you might absolutely hate but makes a lot of money. Because when you're like young setting to enjoy the storyline. Yes. Why not? I mean, what is the purpose of playing video games? Isn't it to enjoy yourself? It doesn't have to be, like, and why does anyone else care what you're doing, you know? If you want to play it on the easiest setting, why is it anyone's business what you do? You know? I mean, obviously, most people want to, like, level up. Is that the right term? You know, they want to do better and better and go up in the levels. So they don't want to just play on the easiest, but if you want to, then so be it. That's fine. Restaurants that have pictures of their dishes on the menu are awesome and should be totally normalized. Since when are they not normalized? I think it's normal. The thing is, though, a lot of times the pictures are not good representations of the food, you know? Like, there was this one time when my husband and I went into Burger King, and they had on the wall a huge, like, I would say painting, but it was more like a photograph of a burger, which I guess was, you know, supposed to be a Whopper. And it was beautiful, you know, totally perfect, you know, each sesame seed in the right place, and the bun was fluffy, and the lettuce was crispy, and you know what I'm saying, right? So my husband turns to me and, you know, pretty loud, he says, "Where can I get one of those burgers?" You know, meaning not at Burger King. Nobody was listening to him, they didn't care, but you get it, you know, like, that was the picture to represent the Whopper, but it doesn't. I do like Whoppers though, so I'm not saying that they're bad, but I'm just saying the pictures are, you know, not really what you're gonna get, so be prepared. But I wouldn't say that this is silly what they said here, that it should be normalized. Where is it not